Hey guys, Morgan here with Morgan and Friends. How are you? Happy Tuesday. I sure hope you guys liked that mask video that we sent out. I know our teachers worked really hard on it. So I'm going to send out the link again and again and again, and I hope that you guys watch it and get prepared to go back to school. With that being said, let's go to our first segment of the day, which is going to be with Miss Jessa from the Chipmunk Group. She's going to show us some cool shapes and color matching. Let's go check it out.
It's Dylan and Miss Jessa. Today, Dylan and I were wondering if you guys could help us match up our shapes with our pegboard. It's kind of difficult, so hopefully you guys can help us. Which one should we start off with first, Dylan? Let's start off with the single, the 1. Can you find the shapes? That's a circle. Whoa, careful. How many circles are there? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good job. Next, let's do our 2 pegs. Do you know what shape? The red rectangle. How many are on there? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good job. Next, let's find the shape with 3 pegs. Is it the yellow triangle? Good job. Let's count how many yellow triangles there are. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good job. Next, let's find the shape with 4 pegs. I think it's the green square. Good job. Should we count how many squares there are? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good job. Next, the last one has 5 pegs. That's right. The red ones. Can you guys count with me? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good job. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shapes. Good job, Dylan. Can you say bye?
Bye.
Bye, friends.
Thank you, Miss Jessa. That was fun visiting you and Dylan. I hope that was fun for all of you at home as well. All right, next we are going to go see Miss Tanisha. She has a really cool invisible ink project that we're going to do with her and her daughter, Sumaya. Let's go check it out.
Morning, friends at Little Red Schoolhouse. Today we're going to do a magic coloring project. Are you ready? All right, before you get started, you got to gather your supplies. You need a sheet of paper towel, a shallow bowl or dish, about a cup of water, and an empty jar. So cut your paper towel into about halves or thirds. All right, now this is where the fun begins. Let's go. All right, once you have your paper towel squares, you'll need your parents to help you get a Sharpie, and you'll need some markers. So now what you're going to do is you're going to pick a design that you want to color, and you or your parents can help draw it on one side of the paper towel. What should we draw, man?
How about the rocket?
A rocket ship. That's a good idea. All right, here we go.
That will be the rocket ship, though. That will be the shelf. That's the shelf.
All right, so here's our rocket ship. Make sure you only draw on one side of the paper towel. But this is where the tricky part comes in and where you might need your parents' help. You are going to want to trace the rocket ship onto the inside of the paper towel. In order to do that, you might want to trace back over the top of your rocket ship so that it seeps through a little bit into the other side and makes it easier to trace. All right, once you have your rocket ship drawn 2 times, this is the most important part. You're only going to color on the inside of the paper towel. Okay, Samia, can you color the rocket ship? Right, we're going to color our rocket ship.
I'm going to color my own. Is it magic?
All right, Samia, are you ready for the magic?
Yeah.
Fold your paper towel back in half and go back to where your bowl and water are. You're going to pour just a tiny bit of water into the bowl. Just a little bit, Samia. All right. Okay, before we go to the magic part, here's some of the designs that Samia and I colored. So as you can see, the top is not colored. But when you open it up, the coloring is on the inside. All right, now we're ready for the magic. All right, so we have just enough water to cover the bottom of the bowl. And then you're going to put this right on top of the water. Can you put it in the water? Whoa! Samia, did you see the magic?
Yeah.
So in between each picture, just dump out your water into another bottle. Put your paper towel in there. Add another bottom full of water. And you're ready for your second magic.
Let's do that one. That one is cool.
Okay, just put it flat. Whoa! Do you like it? There you have it. Magic coloring. All right, let's do another one.
Let's do mine. What happened to mine?
So cool.
Wow.
What did we make?
A smiley.
All right, let's do our last ones, Mia.
Ooh.
And there you have it. Magic color.
Thank you so much, Sumi. That was a really cool project, and I hope all of you get to experiment that at home. All right, so during this time of this COVID-19, I think we've learned a lot about rainbows, right? That's something kind of telling us that after every storm, there's a rainbow. Meaning, after every big, yucky thing that might happen, there must be something positive. Am I right? And beautiful, like a rainbow. Well, Miss Karen is going to teach us some colors in Espanol, and she is going to show us the rainbow. Let's go check it out.
Hi, friends.
Hi friends, Miss Karen here and
Alexandra.
We're gonna practice with you guys some colors in English and Spanish. Alexandra made some slime. She followed Miss Trish's recipe. It's really good, and she made this cool, super cool. What color is this, Alexandra?
It is purple on the bottom and blue on the top.
Purple in Spanish, morado. Morado. Can you show us now what color is that?
It is green.
Green, verde. Green, it's like a light green.
With sparkles.
Green in Spanish, verde. Let's see, what else? What color is this?
It is yellow.
Yellow. In Spanish, amarillo. Can you say amarillo?
Aramillo.
Amarillo. Yellow.
Also, she made a heart. What color is the heart?
It is red.
Red. Rojo. Rojo. Red in Spanish. Rojo, like my flower. Rojo.
Papa got it.
What color is this, Alexandra?
It is blue.
Blue. In Spanish, azul. Like the ocean. And we have also orange. In Spanish, naranja. Naranja. And also, we have a rainbow. De colores se visten los campos en la primavera. De colores son los pajaritos que vienen de afuera. De colores es el arco iris que vemos lucir. Y por eso de muchos colores, los grandes amores me gustan a mí. Y por eso de muchos colores, los grandes amores me gustan a mí. Muy bien. I hope you guys like it. Can you say bye?
Goodbye.
Bye.
Gracias, Maestra Karen. That was super fun, and I hope all of you at home learned your colors in Espanol. Colores en Español. Okay, you know what is also super fun? I was out on a hike recently with the kiddos, and I saw lots of different kinds of poop. Yeah, I said it. Poop. Yeah, I saw all sorts of different shapes and sizes, and I wondered, and they wondered, what type of animal could be leaving those different poops? Do you ever wonder that? Well, SciShow Kids has a really awesome video on pointing out what kind of poop that might be. And we all know us kiddos like to talk about poop. So let's go check out SciShow Kids and have some fun. Let's go.
Hey guys, Squeaks and I just got back from walking in the woods and we both found some interesting things. I found a feather and this neat antler from a deer. Squeaks, what did you find? Oh, interesting. They're round like seeds, small like pebbles, and they look like little balls of dirt, but they're not seeds, pebbles, or dirt. These are little pieces of poop. Do you think that's funny, Squeaks? Well, sometimes the word poop makes people laugh, but I think poop is really interesting, and it's something that all animals do. Insects, reptiles, amphibians, birds, and mammals, they all poop. And when an animal leaves poop behind, scientists call it scat. Scientists, like biologists, study many clues to learn about the animals that live in certain areas. And scat is a great clue. It can tell a lot about an animal, like what they ate, where they spend most of their time, if they're sick, and most importantly, it tells what kind of animal it is. Different kinds of animals leave different kinds of scat. And scat comes in many shapes and sizes. That's why scientists need to know what kind of scat belongs to which animal, so they can understand what kinds of animals are in the area and what they're doing. The shape and size of mammal scat will tell you the most about who left it behind. Deer poop is a common one to find. It's found on the ground and it looks like lots of brown ovals in a pile. Rabbit poop is another common one. It's smaller than deer poop and forms perfectly round balls. You'll find it bunched up in small piles. Not all scat is round though. Coyote and raccoon poop is longer and there's usually only a few pieces. Sometimes scat is super tiny, like insect poop. Yes, ladybugs, ants, and bees leave behind poop too, and their scat is really small. It's so small that it can be hard to find if it's on the dirt, so the best place to look for insect scat is on the leaves of trees. And other kinds of scat look very different from that of mammals and insects. Bird droppings are made of a mixture of poop and a white substance called uric acid. That's because birds pee and poop at the same time. So that's what you'll find in their scat. So if you find a little pile or splat of scat that has some brown and white in it, it's probably from a bird. However, it might also have been left behind by a reptile, like a snake. To figure out who left this scat behind, you'll need to look for other clues too. You'll often find bird scat under a tree branch, since birds sometimes perch in trees, but not always. Snakes like to hide under logs, so if you find the brown and white scat near or under a log, it's probably from a snake. Now that you know a bit about the different kinds of scat, let's play a guessing game that I like to call Name That Poop. All right, Squeaks, let's take a look at your sample first and see if we can figure out what kind of animal left it behind. There are a lot of them in a pile. They're brown and oval shaped. Can you guess who they belong to? If you guess deer, you're right. And that's neat because I found a deer antler near the same place. Nice job finding that sample, Squeaks. Now you should probably go wash your hands. Let's try another one. This one was found on a leaf, and it's really small. Do you know what kind of animal this belongs to? An insect? I agree. I wonder what kind of insect left this behind. I bet if we looked for more clues, we could find out. Maybe it was near an anthill or under a beehive. Okay, let's try one more. This one was found on a sidewalk under a tree, and it looks like it has some white stuff in it. What do you think? A bird? You're right. Because it has some white in it, and it was under a tree branch, this scat most likely belongs to a bird. If you find a lot of bird droppings under a tree, it might mean that the birds have a nest in the tree, or that they found something good to eat up there. So scat can tell you a lot of important information about the animals that live in your area. It can tell you what kinds of animals are around and also what they might be doing. If you're taking a walk outside and see some interesting poop, leave it be, but you can take a picture of it. Then you can try and figure out what animal it belongs to, and you'll know who's living in your neighborhood. Thanks for joining us, and remember, if you have a question for any of us here at the fort, let us know by leaving a comment or emailing us at kids@thescishow.com, and we'll see you next time.
I hope so. And so next time you're out on a walk with mommy or daddy or your siblings, why don't you see what kind of different wild animals poop that you can find? Just don't touch it. No, no, no. All right, let's go to our last segment of the day, and it's coming from the Pica Room, Miss D. We'll visit you guys again tomorrow and hope that you have the most wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Hi friends, Miss D here. I've got a good story. It's a good night story called Good Night Hugs. Look, the stars are twinkling, the moon hangs overhead. The time's just right to hug me tight before we go to bed. Scoot next to me so we can eat a snack meant just for two. This good night treat is extra sweet because it's shared with you. Sometimes splashy bath time fun leaves me as cold as ice. When I shiver and my lips quiver, warm hugs are twice as nice. Let's cuddle up for story time tucked in our reading nook. Here comes the part we know by heart. We love a good night book. Day is done and we've had fun. It's time to catch some Z's. You're tuckered out, but how about another good night squeeze? Nestle me so cozy close before I close my eyes. Under your wing, let's softly sing our favorite lullaby. Side by side, we settle in for our good night prayer. God thanks for rest and being blessed with lots of hugs to share. Curled up together, neck and neck, I feel it coming on. Stretched out in bed, the sleepyhead lets out the longest yawn. When I'm snuggled in your arms, there's just one thing to do. Give me your ear so you can hear me whisper, I love you. Now that it's time to go to sleep, I'm tuckered and extra snug. Let's try always to end our day with one more good night hug. The end. Thanks, friends.